Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're looking at something you probably rely on every single day without even realizing it, the validation of global safety testing. If you're manufacturing a product, whether it's an aerospace sensor, a life-saving medical device, or just the phone sitting in your pocket, you absolutely need to know it's safe and durable. But what happens when the very equipment used to test that safety is actually compromised? It's a massive, high-stakes issue that threatens global safety at its core, and we are going to break the whole shebang down for you today. Okay, let's dive right in. Section 1, the Invisible Compliance War. I want to start with this incredibly dramatic quote straight from an Ormity blog post, because it perfectly sets the stage for everything we're talking about today. It says, "When certification fails, global safety shakes. This is the invisible war few dare to see." Honestly, this should be an absolute wake-up call for all of us. We naturally assume that a certified device is a safe device, right? But the terrifying reality here is that not every certified device is actually trustworthy. So, at the core of this whole problem is a massive flood of cheap, completely uncalibrated compliance testing equipment currently pouring into Western markets straight from China. And why does this matter? Well, because it completely compromises the testing validation process. If a manufacturer is using a fake or fraudulent dust chamber, they are passing products that absolutely shouldn't pass. This leads directly to severe product safety risks for the end user and, honestly, a devastating loss of regulatory credibility for the brand. But perhaps even more insidious, these unverified connected testing machines pose extremely dangerous vulnerabilities for intellectual property theft. Think about it. Your proprietary designs are sitting right there inside the test chamber, completely exposed. Moving right along, let's hit Section 2, Busting the Dust Testing Myth. To really understand how bad equipment fails us, we first need to understand the science of the test itself. Let's define the absolute gold standard for dust testing, IP6X. When a product is rated IP6X, it means it is dust tight, period. There is complete protection against the ingress of dust. But how is that rigorously verified? You don't just, throw a bunch of dirt at it. It requires a highly controlled, sealed chamber, a very specific pressure differential created by a vacuum, and continuously circulated ultrafine talcum powder. Now, there is a massive industry misconception about how this testing actually works. People so often confuse IP testing with the Mil-State 810H military standard. They picture this aggressive sandblasting using high-pressure compressed air to basically blast a product to pieces. Actually, scratch that. The reality for the IEC 6059 standard testing is entirely different. It uses a 20 kilopascal partial vacuum to pull a continuous negative pressure on the test unit, drawing in gently circulating, incredibly fine talcum powder. We're talking particles smaller than 75 micrometers. It's not about brute force at all. It's about a continuous, sneaky threat of fine dust penetrating microscopic seals over a grueling 8-hour period. So, how do we fix this? Section 3, meet the Ormity Titan Series. The definitive solution to these massive testing vulnerabilities is the Ormity DNDC529 Titan Series dust test chamber. Designed and manufactured right in Canada, it has incredibly quickly become the gold standard of compliance hardware for IP5X and IP6X testing. It's built specifically to ensure that those strict IEC 6529 vacuum and dust circulation parameters are met with absolute, undeniable certainty. Let's look under the hood for a second and break down the high-performance features that are literally redefining dust ingress testing. First up, the advanced embedded technology guarantees absolute testing accuracy and automation. This completely removes the human error and the glaring hardware inconsistencies that plague those cheaper foreign units we talked about. Second, it features an ultra-low noise profile. This ensures a quiet, focused laboratory environment, which, let me tell you, is a total game changer when you're running continuous tests that last up to 8 hours. And finally, its strict IEC 6059 compliance delivers reliable, repeatable certification results every single time you turn it on. But physical hardware is only half the battle in modern manufacturing. Let's move to Section 4, Total Data and IP Protection. It is so vital to understand this core truth of the invisible war. Testing is only as good as the data it protects. I mean, your physical test means absolutely nothing, and your company is at massive risk if the underlying data and product parameters can be compromised by the machine itself. Remember those dangerous vulnerabilities for IP theft we discussed earlier with the fake equipment? Well, Ormity fundamentally solves this with a completely ironclad digital defense. Step 1. They securely isolate all client testing parameters right within the system. Step 2. The architecture actively blocks any unauthorized data extraction or manipulation. And Step 3, this layered approach ensures total intellectual property protection. Unlike compromised equipment that might be secretly logging your proprietary data and sending it overseas, Ormity provides a literal fortress for your IP while you validate its safety. Let's wrap things up with Section 5, towards ISO 17025 accreditation. You want physical proof of their forward momentum? Just look at their official 2026 welcome kit and documentation for organizational membership in the American Association for Laboratory Accreditation, also known as A2LA. This isn't just some marketing gimmick, folks. This affiliation is a rigorous, demanding demonstration of their dedication to global laboratory excellence and procedural precision. You can trace exactly how incredibly focused their strategy is right here. In 2023, they clearly identified the rising threat of fake compliance equipment, undermining the entire industry. By 2025, boom, they engineered and released the Canadian-made Titan Series to physically combat it. Now in 2026, achieving that A2LA membership serves as the crucial first step toward their ultimate goal. And the future, earning full ISO 17025 accreditation, which will absolutely cement their status as the definitive authority in environmental testing for sure. To wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a critical question, especially if you are involved in any level of manufacturing. Is your compliance equipment actually protecting your product, or is it secretly putting your IP at risk? It's an invisible war, but the consequences are very, very real. Make sure you're armed with the right knowledge and absolutely the right equipment. Thanks so much for diving into this fascinating topic with me, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.